students, welcome to Savan Science Academy, and I am back today with a new lecture on the topic Organic Chemistry's Basic Principles. So in the last video we have seen the IUPAC naming of alkenes. So in this video we'll take a look at the alkynes, and from the next video onwards we'll be going for the functional groups. So before we go to the functional groups, in the next video we will see the order of preferences of the various functional groups, and even we will just have a brief summary of each and every functional group and what are the suffixes that we need to write over there. So that's in our next video. So we'll today's lecture we'll start with alkynes. So first of all, alkynes. Now as first of all we look at the definition, we know that these are unsaturated hydrocarbons. These are unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon triple bond. You already know this. The general formula, this is also very important. So this is CnH2n-2, that are alkynes. Okay. Then in IUPAC naming, so how we are going to write it? So we'll write the secondary prefixes, which are the substituents, plus primary prefixes, say like cyclo, bicyclo or spiro. So bicyclo, spiro we'll be seeing at the end of this series of IUPAC naming. So we'll go with the cyclo because we'll be also taking cycloalkynes in this. Okay? And then comes the root word, that is meth, eth, prop and all. Plus then आता है primary suffix. अब मैं थोड़ा नीचे लिख रहा हूँ. So rather I will write it above so that in every functional, in every naming we can write that. So we will write the secondary prefixes first, which are the substituents, and in the earlier video I have already mentioned which are those substituents. Okay, the alkyl groups, the halogens, the alkoxy groups. Then in prefixes, primary prefix, this represents for a special form, the ring, carbon ring, how it is, that is cyclo, bicyclo and all. Then comes the root word, which gives you the total number of carbons in that given organic compound. Then comes the primary suffix. Now what is primary suffix? Generally it is double or triple bond or ane. That is, now in this case we are seeing alkynes, so here we will be mostly writing it ines. Okay? And this part will be dealing in the next video, the secondary suffixes, which are the functional groups. So in the next video we will see which are all the different functional groups, how they are written, so what are the suffixes, and what they are written in case if they come in branch, all that stuff. So that will be in our next video. So currently we will focus only up to this. Okay? This also when required for case of cyclo. Otherwise the branches, root word and alkyne, this should be the pattern of naming the structures. So we'll start with the simpler one. So the first and the basic member of alkynes, again it should be minimum of 2 carbons. So this is 2 carbon. So no branches, so longest chain is eth, and then followed with the suffix ine. No need to write any numbers, 2 तो carbons है, 1 and 2 or 1 and 2 तो 1 ही लिखोगे, इसलिए लिखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. So it's generally ethyne. Here we go with this. अब इसका common naming भी है. So we also have common naming, that is the acetylene system of naming. But we will study this in the hydrocarbons. जब हम alkane, alkene, alkynes देखेंगे तब उधर उनके हम common names. So here we will be strictly focusing on the IUPAC names. ठीक है? Next one, if CH triple bond CCH3. So it's a 3 carbon compound, 1, 2 and 3. It's simple, 3 carbon. The root word is pro, given by the suffix ine. Okay? Next one, CH3 C triple bond C CH3. So longest chain is of 4 carbons. So that constitutes bute. Now from bute onwards you need to number it. Okay? Because it could be even on the between the first and second carbon. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. So between 2 and 3 there is a triple bond. So it gives 2 ine. So this goes as bute 2ine. Similarly, if this was at the first carbon, so obviously the name would be but 1 and 2. So 1-ine, this should be the name of the alkyne. So here we are not dealing with currently. What we are dealing is with the secondary prefixes, means the branch. So we'll start seeing those examples. Root word, and here the primary suffix over here is ine, that is triple bond. So we're not today dealing with the secondary prefixes. Okay. So next one, let's see some of the examples of this. So if this is the case, so suppose this is the question, suppose I want to ask you this. So what should be the name of the IUPAC name of this compound? So rule number 1, select the longest continuous carbon chain. So longest continuous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Some students might take only straight. Okay, so careful look, it should be back to back carbons like this. Okay, so you can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the two possible chains. So I would like to go straight and down like this for the 6 carbons. Now from which end we should name it? So if you see 1, 2, 3, the third carbon has a triple bond. 1, 2, 3, the third carbon has a triple bond. So now you can see from either side the main functional group is getting the same number. Now then try to give the substituent also a least number. So if you go from here 1, 2, from here it will come as 5. So obviously we'll go from this side. Okay, try to, if the main functional group is coming on the same carbon from either sides, then you have to look for even lower number for the other substituent. So we'll write from here. So the name goes as 2, only M capital. This is 2-methyl. Next this will be hex. So it should be hex. Then at 3 it should be written as ine. It should be hex3-ine. So this should be the name 2-methyl hex3-ine in this case. So next one, let's see a substituted branch. Let's see a substituted branch over here. So if suppose this is the case, suppose this is the question. So then rule number 1 is again the same. We have to select the longest carbon chain. Now have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So both are 5 carbons, but obviously we will choose the straighter one because it has both the required functional groups. Okay, this is a substituent. So we'll name this. So from either side we go, still this will be at the third carbon. So what should be the name? It should be 3 bracket. This is longest chain is of 2 carbons, 1 and 1. So this is 1, 1. This should be dimethyl. This should be dimethyl ethyl for these 2 carbons longest chain ethyl, and this should be 5. So this should be pent 1, 4 or penta. You could write also penta. Okay, diine. Okay, because now there are 2 functional groups, so we'll use the prefix di also and ine for the triple bond. So you got this, how to name this structures. We'll see some bit of difficult structures now. Okay, so थोड़े से bond line structures. We'll see some of the bond line structures. 1, 2, 3, 4, say 5, 6, 7. Here suppose if there is a triple bond, and say here there is it, et suppose. Okay, suppose this is the question. Now you need to answer this. Now obviously those who are, what you can say, pro in this, means those who know easily how to gauge this, they can directly take it, what you can say, they can directly gauge it from this only and number it and give its naming. But for the beginners, I would advise to draw this in the condensed manner. So this corner CH3, this will be CH2, this will be CH, this will be C triple bond C, okay, and this will be CH3. Then have a look. This CH is attached to this CH. This CH is attached to this CH3. But this is ETH. ET is an abbreviation for ethyl. Now draw this ethyl. Ethyl is 2 carbons. So this will be 3 and this will be 2. So this is the condensed version of it. Okay? Now have a look which is the longest chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now obviously we need to include that triple bond because that is our main functional group. So we can't take a chain which doesn't have that triple bond. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This chain is useless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is your longest chain. So this is your longest chain. Now obviously the triple bond gets the priority to number it. So simply 1, 2. So at the second position we will go from this side only rather than this. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. So these are the 7 longest chains. So there you can see there are 2 branches, methyl and ethyl. So we have to write it in alphabetical order. So the name goes as it is 4 ethyl 5 methyl hept. Because it is 7 carbon, it's hept 2 ine. It's hept 2 ine. So this should be the IUPAC name of that compound. Hope so. Got this? Now we'll see some of the substituted ones and then we'll see some of the cyclic ones too. Okay? Then today we'll also see what happens if a double and a triple bond comes in a chain. So look on that too, and then we'll say this. Next one is, say example, we'll take a little bit of difficult question to go with. So this is the case. Here there is a triple bond. This is C, this is C, this is CH3 and this is CH3. Okay, H2 CH. This is CH3, this is CH3, this is CH3, CH, sorry, this is also CH, this is also CH3, CH, and this would be CH3. So, now have a look over here. Again, we'll go follow the basic rules. Kya rahega? Select the longest chain. So, obviously, it should include that triple bond. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is also 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's of no वैसे भी कोई use नहीं है. So frankly speaking, there are 2 chains. One is the straight one. So suppose if I take this straight one, okay, if I take into account this straight one, so there are 1 and 2 and 3 and this 4 branches. So there are 4 substituents if I go straight. Then if I go like this is suppose the longest chain. So this is one branch, this is the entire second branch, and this is the third branch. So you know the rule, if there are 2 or more chains, longest chain having the same number of carbon, choose that chain which have maximum substituents. So our chain of preference will be this one. So our chain of preference will be this one. Others will be the substituents. Okay, got it? तो वो substituents होंगे. Next one. अब अगर इसमें हम देखें, so these are trimethyls, but these are simple substituents. So when we write them as trimethyls, we will consider M of that in the alphabetical order, because for simple substituents the first letter of the prefix doesn't matter. It is not considered in while writing in alphabetical order. Whereas the letter that is present first in the complex substituents, let it be even the prefix, it will be still considered as the first letter for alphabetical order. But first we'll name it. 1, 2, 3, 3 key longest chain. You could also go from this side. You could have also gone this side also. So this name will be 2-methyl. the name of that substituent I am writing 2-methyl propyl. Okay, so this is also starting from M, this is also starting from M, but preferred one is the complex one. So we'll go with that. So we'll write the name. So we'll write the complex name first: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8. So the name goes as 5 bracket 2-methyl and longest chain of that substituted branches propyl. 1, 2, 3, 2-methyl, 2-methyl propyl. Then it should be 2, 6, 7. This should be trimethyl oct. Oct stands for the root word. And now we have to give this one between 3 and 4. So the lower locant is 3. It's oct 3-ine. So this is how we need to go with the complex substituents. Okay, so complex substituents M and M. So this is complex, so it is preferred since the alphabets are same. So alphabets are same, hence I am writing the complex word before. If suppose this was triethyl, suppose it was triethyl, so that E would be the alphabet that we would be using for the alphabetical order. So that would have come prior to it. Suppose. ठीक है, ये भी समझा सबको? Hope so. Alkynes के namings ये भी समझे. So we'll look at the sum of cyclo compounds. We'll look at some of the examples of cyclo compounds. Let's see those. So simple questions. We'll start with 1, 2, 3 and 4, and suppose this is the question. So simple as that. So एक चीज, one thing remember. Now if you have labeled this and this as 1, then common sense, the immediate second carbon should be this, because first and second should be those carbon where the triple bond is lying. Don't go over here. Some students make that silly mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, they go like that in some cases. But if you have labeled this one, then surely the next carbon will be the triply bonded carbon, that will be 2, and 3 and 4. So the name you already know. So here we are using the primary prefix, that is cyclo, because there is no substituents with it. So it is cyclo, the root word, that is but, and the primary suffix, that is ine. So the name goes as cyclobutane. To be precise, 1, you can write it as 1. But since there is no branching, it doesn't matter. You could have simply written cyclobutane also. Okay? Suppose this is another example. Now remember this rule when I taught you with the cyclo groups. Okay? Now here you can see there are 2 chains. This is the aliphatic one, this is the cyclo one. So in this case there are 6 number of carbons. Okay? Here there are 5 carbons. So technically, अब देखो, order of preference for cyclo compounds, preference हम किस ग्रुप को देंगे, मतलब whether we should give preference to this aliphatic chain or cyclic chain, तो it depends. पहले देखो किसके पास functional group है, ठीक है, वो नहीं है तो वही कार्बन कार्बन डबल बॉन्ड, कार्बन कार्बन ट्रिपल बॉन्ड किसके पास है, एंड नहीं, देन मैक्स नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स, मैक्स नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स, ये देखो किसके पास है फॉर साइक्लो कंपाउंड्स, टू डिटरमाइन द पेरेंट चेन और द रूट चेन. ठीक है, पेरेंट चेन किसे पकड़ना है ये अगर तुम्हें चेक करना है, सो यू कैन गो विद दिस रूल. सो फर्स्ट लुक कि दोनों में से किसके पास फंक्शनल ग्रुप है. फिलहाल तो हमने फंक्शनल ग्रुप पढ़े ही नहीं है, सो दैट इज आउट ऑफ कंटेंशन. डबल ट्रिपल हो एंड देन मैक्स नंबर. अब यहाँ पे ट्रिपल बॉन्ड इज विद दिस साइक्लो वन, सो दिस विल बी योर पेरेंट चेन. ठीक है, सो हाउ वी शुड नंबर इट. नाउ हियर आल्सो वी शुड टेक इनटू कंसीडरेशन द लोएस्ट लोकल रूल. If suppose I place this 1, so surely this will be 2. Now don't give this carbon as 2 so as to give the lowest number to the branch. But when you have mentioned this as first, so this carbon is triply bonded with this, so this goes to 3, 4 and 5. So the according to local rule it will go to 5. Okay? But instead if I do this 1 and 2 and 3, so I can get both of them at the lowest number. I can get this at first and this at 3. In the previous case this was first and this was 5. So obviously 1 and 3, that is the lowest local rule, becomes 4. So we have to go in this way. Now this is now the substituted branch, complex branch now, because to this third carbon of the root chain, this branched first carbon is attached. So we'll take a longest chain over there. So how to name that? So simple name. So we'll write it as 3 bracket 1 ethyl. It should be 1 ethyl butyl. 1 ethyl butyl, because this is a 4 carbon chain. 1 ethyl butyl. This goes as cyclo pent 1-ine. Cyclopent 1-ine. So this should be the name of the substituent. Okay, suppose this is the case 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here there is a triple bond, here there is a triple bond, and this is this is H, this is H, and this should be the N. So suppose this is one of the question. Now this you need to answer. Okay, so I'll write it over here. So first of all we have to choose the longest chain. So it's simple because this has the 5 carbons and 2 alkyne groups. This has 4 carbons and 1 alkyne group. So it's simple without any problem. This should be our longest chain. Numbering also won't matter. 1, 2, 3 from either sides. Still it will do. Now look over here how we are naming this substituent branch. Okay. Now to the root chain, the third carbon is attached to the first carbon of that ring. Sometimes in some books they give this. Now while since the root chain is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, some books they have also mentioned you can name it as 1-, 2-, 3-, 4-, just to make it different, look different, but it won't make much difference to the answer. Now this is first, so surely instead of going here I should go over here for second, because this should get the least number. Triple bond should get that least number. This is 3 and surely this is 4. So how to write this? So this is 3 bracket. Now 1, 2, this is cyclo, simple as that. 1, this is capital cyclo. Now look over here, it is cyclo-but, it is between 2 and 3. So it is but 2-ine. Now look over here, I have not written E because this would suggest it is the longest chain. But this is a substituent over here. So that E is replaced by YL to suggest it as a branch. So that E is being substituted by YL because it's a branch. So cyclo-but-2-ine-yl. YN for triple bond and IL for branch. So this entire group is a substituent branch, and obviously the parent name will be penta, or you can simply write pent because there are 2 functional groups. So I am writing it penta 1, 4 diene. So hope so you are getting this, and almost you have got this. So we'll have a look at few names now. Now I'm giving name and we have to draw the IUPAC structures. So we'll look some of the alkenes also, some examples of alkenes, and we'll also look for some examples of alkyne. Okay. So in this case, if you see, now I'm taking some of the questions now. Now we have to draw the IUPAC structures. So if suppose this is 5 bracket 1, 2 dimethyl propyl, this is 3, 5, 7 trimethyl oct 1, comma 3 diene, suppose. I'll go with ene. I'll take an alkene now. So let's have a look over here. So this is the suppose question, and you need to draw this structure. So initially look at the root word. Okay, initially look at the root word. So it is oct. So simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So this is the fifth one. Okay. Let's take as known over here. So if then that would not be the longest chain, because over here. So this is known. Okay, so this is known, 9 carbons. Okay. Fifth pair. Now once the root carbon chain is drawn, now label those branches. So this is substituted branch at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So look at the last word. This is propyl. So 1, 2 and suppose this is 3. Now in this case this is propyl, and 1 and 2 has methyl groups. So this is the first, this is the second, and fill the remaining valencies to complete its tetravalency by hydrogen. So to complete its tetravalency, fill the remaining valencies with H. So this is 1,2-dimethyl propyl. Then 3, 5, 7. So this is 3, this is 5, and this is 7. Okay, methyl, and remaining is 1, 3 diene. 1 and 3 diene. Diene means double bond at 1 and 3rd position. So now write the other, fill the other hydrogens, and you can say the unsatisfied bonds with hydrogen. So this is H, this is 4, this is H, this is already 4, this is CH2, this is CH, this is CH2, and this would be CH3. So this is how you draw these structures. Simple, follow the rule, draw the number of carbons in the root word or the parent word, then draw the branches, substituents, and then complete it in the functional group, mention that, and then complete the tetravalency with the remaining hydrogens. So this is how you need to do this. Next we will take one example of alkyne. Similarly, okay. So suppose one question we will take on this. It will be, say, 3-ethyl, then it will be 1, it should be 1, 2 dimethyl propyl, sorry, it should be like this, it should be this, then 3-ethyl, this should be then capital, okay, alphabetical order, so D and then E, ethyl, cyclo, hex, 1 or 2, okay, which may have, so this should be 1 and 2, it should be hex 1-ene, suppose. Okay, cyclohex 1-ene, suppose this is the question. So obviously look at the parent cyclohexane. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this should be the ring cyclohexane. First position, suppose I am taking this as first, so this should be the double bond over there, hex 1-ene. 1, 2, 3. Third position, it has a branch ethyl. First position, it has the longest chain of 3 carbons, to which first and second carbon has methyl. So fulfill those valencies and remaining valencies by hydrogen. So this is an example of H, and this will be it. So again I have taken an example because alkyne wouldn't have existed over here, and if I put an alkyne over there, so the numbering would have got disturbed. So I have taken this as an example. We'll take one of the example for alkynes. So in the next video, what we will be seeing is about the preferences. Okay, preferences of the functional group. So in the next video, we will be seeing some of the questions where we will find double and triple bond in the same chain. So who to name first, alkene or alkyne? This will be seeing in the next video. Okay. So one more example, say for alkyne. First we will go with that. So suppose it is 3 diethyl, then 4,7 dimethyl. It should be oct 1, 5 diene, octa 1, 5 diene. Suppose this is one of the question now. So again, what's the longest chain is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So here you can see there are 8 chains. Octa 1, 5 diene. So this is 1. So here there is a triple bond. 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 and 6. So जो number होगा वो and the next carbon 5 and 6. Got it? So next one 3 diethyl. So 3, here there is an ethyl group. Here also there is an ethyl group. 4, 7. So 4th carbon has a methyl and 7th carbon has a methyl. And rest all is numbered. So now you have to just fulfill the valencies, tetravalencies. The remaining valencies should be filled by hydrogen. So this should be the IUPAC structure of this following compounds. So hope so guys, you have understood even alkynes also. So we have completed with alkene, alkene, alkynes. In the next video, we will see the suffixes, that is the various functional groups, and we will also see the preference order in case if a carbon chain has more than 2 functional groups, 2 or more than 2 functional groups. So in that we will study that all thing, and at the end of the lecture of the next video we will see how to write alkenes and alkynes together. So guys, see you in the next video. Till then, hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe this channel, hit the bell icon for further notifications. Thank you.